Welcome. It's another Friday edition of TG IDP. I am here and we're going to talk about some guys to start this week, some guys that you should be fading over in IDP. And we will also be talking about some of the buys and sells that Josh and I think you should be doing for the rest of the season. Week 4, we'll see. But let's get the show started right now.
You're listening to the IDP Show, only on Fantasy Now Plus.
Good afternoon, sir.
What's up, dude? I'm gonna call it out because it's gonna bug because I'm gonna get a text from Justin. We gotta change. This is not the fantasy rankings report. We are the IDP show.
Oh,
but
no.
It's okay. I sent you a private. Trust me, I don't. When Justin sends me private chats in the StreamYard, I don't look at them either. But if you can fix that, you can't. If you can't, you can't. It's all good. Just let everyone know we are the IDP show, which we are expanding this week. We're expanding our topics because, and we didn't even tell the bosses. I did not tell the boss. I went straight to you and said, "Hey, man, I read your what you want to do. I read your comments." And let's just get going. Let's take training wheels off and let's get open to some discussion, some debate. So we will have a scenario section after we do the IDP and the Thursday night breakdown of last night's game. And it's not going to be just strictly by ourselves. We have some scenarios for games, like single games coming up this week. So stay tuned for that. We have 3 each to throw at each other. But for more information like that, please go to our website, fantasynowplus.com. Join our Discord, chat.fantasynowplus.com. Pretty sure. And all of our social medias, he took me off, but you can only see Pudge. All of our social medias are Fantasy Now Plus everywhere, literally everywhere. I don't do social media, but I promise you we're there somewhere. Actually, you know what? I just posted a Pokemon Go video today, so go check that out. Josh Kimmel on Blue Sky.
Don't do
so what's up, Pudge?
No, we're not. This is not a Pokemon show.
I wish it was a dude. If this was a Pokemon show, I'm just got top 10 Actually, you know what? Top 3 Pokemon. Do you have them? Do you have a top 3 list ready to go? I want to know.
Oh, absolutely.
Let me know. Who is it?
Charizard.
Let's go. Go. The GOAT. The
Pikachu.
GOAT. You can't leave Pika off.
From the peanut gallery. And then I've got to go with Eevee because there's so many Eevees.
All right. It's all good. Jamie can't get a chance to overlay real quick. Got to catch them all. Yes, Jamie, we do. My top 3: Psyduck, 101, Charizard, no doubt about it, and I prefer Aerodactyl. Aerodactyl is my 3rd favorite Pokemon. Either way, neither there or there. We had a Thursday night game last night. Kyler Murray is about the size of a Pikachu, probably. I don't know. But he played football last night. Good, bad, indifferent. There was a game. But the story was more on Sam Darnold and that side of the things, where Sam Darnold is kind of like meshing with his teammates, where Kyler looked kind of disoriented. I don't know what to say about Kyler. What were your thoughts on this game offensively with Kyler Murray in that offense?
Well, let's not discount the Seahawks defense. Their defense is really top tier right now, especially against the run. I really thought that they would have some more give and take, being a divisional game. But Kyler out there, he can't get on the same page as Marvin Harrison Jr. He's only got eyes for Trey McBride. They really shut down Trey Benson. The team as a whole looked really flat. And I don't know if that's just because it's a Thursday night game. I don't like the fact that they have West Coast teams playing at 5 p.m. on Thursday. It's very odd. I would feel like the crowd is not into it as much. And correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. I've never been to a West Coast game on at Friday night at 5 p.m. or Thursday night at 5 p.m. But it just seems off. It doesn't have the Monday night atmosphere. So I'm gonna give a mulligan to the offense as a whole, but it was bad. Maybe John Connor was the heart and soul of that team, and with him gone now, who knows? Kyler does have to take charge, but we know that he's not that kind of guy. So, how about you? What did you think of Kyler?
Yeah. So just Kyler in specifics, or the whole offense as a whole. James Conner was the key to that offense, it seemed like, because Trey Benson didn't look like he could get anything going. Kyler Murray led the team in rushing, which, I mean, I guess it's not surprising. That's what Kyler does. But, man, it just seems like him and Marv aren't friends. And what I mean by that is, at my job, we have a survey once a year, and one of the questions is do you have a best friend at work? A lot of people say no, because they misinterpreted the best friend part. They think, oh, we hang out every day, yada, yada. No, I'm just saying, like, the person you connect with at work, who you can go to if you have a problem, or you can go to talk to. I don't think Kyler talks to his people. I feel like and I could relate, because I'm kind of the same way. I like to be distant from people. I like to be to myself. And I feel like I see these commercials with Lawrence and Hunter doing dances, and I see, all these other quarterbacks and receivers meshing and having a relationship. I don't see that with Kyler with anyone. The interception, am I frozen?
No.
Okay. The interception in the first quarter, Kyler threw it to where he thought Marv was supposed to be. Marv stopped the route. Marv did not finish that route. Now, that ball was probably uncatchable anyway, but that just right there told me in the first quarter, wow, this is going to be a long game, because they don't even know where each other are supposed to be on the field. But that was a huge mistake. I'm not sure if that was on Kyler or Marv, but either way, it takes two to tango, and it feels like they're just not connected at all. They're forced. Their targets are forced, whereas McBride seems more natural. Is that accurate?
No, that's absolutely true. If you look at Cup and Stafford a few years ago, you know what I mean? Those guys that get along with their quarterback, Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers, and I think I did say John Connor. I did say the Terminator.
Jamie. I was gonna say I was gonna say something, but you know what? When Al Michaels,
maybe he was the Terminator. Maybe he was.
Listen, when Joe Buck messes up, Troy Aikman doesn't bring it up. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We just move along like nobody heard it. That's what we do.
I've seen it done hundreds of times, but there's a disconnect, and Kyler does not have the it. He doesn't have the it factor, and he doesn't have the clout that Aaron Rodgers does to be a loner. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, they just don't have the street cred as a Aaron Rodgers or a Tom Brady. Even Tom Brady, he was very team oriented. He always put the team in front of whatever was going on with him. Whether it was cheating or whatever. But you understand what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
Kyler does not care about anyone but Kyler, it seems, from a outside looking in perspective. And I think that's what's wrong with that whole team. The defense is playing lights out. The offense should be able to, do something. Now, granted, they left, 24 seconds on the clock, and they went down to kick a field goal. But you can't rest your laurels on one play or one drive. That took the whole game for it to get down to that. So I don't see that team getting right anytime soon, unless they maybe deal Kyler to a team that's struggling with QB. So all right.
Yeah. Jamie says he's in an IDP best ball tournament with 3,600 total teams. He has 3 out of his 15 teams, in the top 12 overall scores. I'm the can't say that word, but I'm the you are the Dookie. I'm not. I know we're going to talk about IDP very, very soon. So if you're in here for the IDP report, we're going to talk about that soon. Just a little bit on the Seattle side. Kenneth Walker puts everyone not really. He didn't score the touchdown, but he got the most carries, had the most rushing yards, looked pretty good out there. Whereas Zach Charbonnet got the touchdown, and he looks smooth as well. So you can continue to play both running backs if you're shallow or if you need to. JSN, man, he is the truth. JSN, people thought he was going to fall off because of Sam Darnold or because he plays more of a secondary role. He can't be the alpha in offense. He's really proving everyone wrong. He only had 5 targets last night, but 4 catches for 79 yards. Do you view JSN as a top guy up there with I would say, Nico Collins, or is he more still in that secondary group?
No, I look at JSN as one of the guys. He's up there with Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's up there with he's not Jamar Chase yet. He's not Puka. But yeah, he's up there with Brian Thomas Jr. before the season started. He's at a very slow start. Those are the type of guys that he's in there with. I don't have Nico Collins up there, but that's everybody's perspective. I'm a Nico not a Nico Collins hater, but I'm just not a Nico Collins guy where he was drafted at. Wasn't very high on him coming in, but I digress. He is absolutely the number one guy in that offense. He's got some pieces around him now that can take some heat off of him. I was wondering what they were going to do without Lockett. They brought in Cup. It looks like Arroyo can be a big play guy. He had one big play last night. He's a rookie, so look forward to that. As well as AJ Barner. AJ Barner showed some very good promise last year, and when they brought in Arroyo, I was like, oh, he's toast. Well, he wasn't toast. He brought in a touchdown last night. He beat his man up big time. Torrey Horton looked good. I think he only had one catch, but that one catch he had, good grief, it took four the Arizona Cardinals guys to bring him down. And he's a little guy. So he's got that dog in him, and I think that whole team is really starting to emulate the Legion of Boom that they did in years prior. I think they're really starting to take on that tough mentality, that fight for the yards. The Zach Charbonnet, he made that touchdown on second effort, where over the past couple of years it hasn't been that way.
Yeah, scary for the Kenneth Walker managers, because I'm one of them in a ton of leagues, and I'm getting kind of worried that Charbonnet is finally going to take the job, and it's going to be more. I'm really just set on it's going to be a split. Someone's going to score a touchdown one week, someone's going to score it the next week. Either that, whatever. My question to you is, and then we'll move on to the IDP segment. They do lack the big play speedster down the field, and there's been a receiver up in Miami that we don't want him anymore. Would you think this whole team, the chemistry would be thrown off if with an addition of a Tyreek Hill, or do you think it would help them because they're 3-1? This is a winnable division. They're one of the top teams in that division. Do you think that would throw off Sam Darnold in this offense?
I don't know if McDonald's got the let's talk about clout again. I don't think he's got the clout to handle Tyreek yet. McDaniel doesn't. Tyreek needs to go to a tenured coach. Coach, no nonsense. Tomlin. I mean, I know they already made a big splash with wide receiver, and I don't know about cap money, but I think Seattle could really use a downfield threat. They lost DK. DK ran a 4.3 40 at 285 pounds or whatever he is. Now that's straight line speed. That's what they're missing. JSN is a route technician. Torrey Horton's a littler guy. He's not going to get those 50-50 jump balls. I would really go after a guy like Hill, but I don't think they can handle Hill's ego in Seattle. Not where they are right now. Not so early in McDonald's coaching career. He's only 38, so
yeah. No, I totally get that. It's going to be hard, whoever does take on that Tyreek headache. My prediction is he stays in Miami and we have a migraine. We have to take Tylenol every single day because of Tyreek Hill. That's probably what's going to happen. All right. Well, before we get into the IDP portion of the show, let's answer a couple questions because I did see a couple.
Yeah.
LeBron James says, should I start Judkins or Tony Pollard?
Judkins.
Studkins.
Studkins.
He is.
Yeah, I think that
he's the one.
Right? Go ahead.
No, I was going to say he's the focal point of the offense already. He's played 2 games, and he has dominated that offense. And there's no one that could touch him. Dylan Sampson went from highly usage to he got us a lucky touchdown to he didn't play. He played I think he had 2 carries last week. Dylan Sampson. Jerome Ford. Judge Studkins is the offense for now on. Jerry Jeudy isn't it. Njoku has been slowed down this season. Flacco is Flacco. Whereas Pollard, on the other hand, is playing on a much less competitive team. Who are they playing? They're playing another 0-3 team, the Houston Texans. They have a pretty good defense. They kind of held Bucky in check over there in Tampa Bay. So I'm going to go with Judge Studkins. I gotta get that nickname. I gave it to him a long time ago. I don't know if anyone stole it from me. I'm sure they have, or they probably use it because it's not very clever. I'm sure someone has said that. I'm sure I don't know. I'm sorry if you guys use Studkins. I'm sorry, but if you haven't, better watch out. You'll hear from my lawyers. Copyright 2025.
Not only that, if you want to talk about offensive plays per game, I think that they're at 206, which is second in the league. I'm talking about Cleveland. So if you want teams that are ascending, teams that have a high play rate, that's where you go. Tennessee is going to be down in games. Cam Ward has hit a wall. I know he's got some promising things, but the volume play with Pollard isn't as great as the home run play you can hit with Studkins.
Let's go. So, all right, Amazon Pancake. Speaking of Pancake Day, which I did have some pancakes this morning. True story. I was just offered a trade on my 10-team half PPR league, right? Ladd McConkey and Zach Charbonnet for Trey Benson and Jordan Addison. My other running backs are Bucky, Hampton, Henderson, and Mason. So he was offered McConkey and just Charbonnet. He gives up Benson and Addison. A returning player and a player who underwhelmed for a player who did well last night and a very underwhelming receiver.
I'm sticking with McConkey. I like McConkey a lot. I know a guy on the other end of this microphone says cream rises to the top. Cream does rise, and that's McConkey. McConkey's gonna figure things out. They had a great rapport last year. It seems very lateral. Zach Charbonnet is a cast off to me. It doesn't move the needle for. I'm assuming this is redraft. You already have Bucky, Hampton, Henderson. Henderson can get a lot of looks, so I don't think you need. I don't think you need to bring in Trey Benson. You're set at running back, and Ladd McConkey is greater than Jordan Addison. Zach Charbonnet is going to sit on your bench, so along with Trey Benson.
I think we think differently on this one, which is okay, but I'll give you my perspective. And this is homework, but I just went off on, I can't do it today because I'm feeling sick. Wednesday, I was not sick. I was healthy. One of our showdowns were Ladd McConkey versus another player. I know I'm plugging it really well right now because I'm sick. I'm on a bunch of Tylenol right now. But I talked about Ladd. And I dissed Ladd. It's on an hour-long video. We took the portion of it. So if you want to go check out how I feel about Ladd McConkey, please go watch that video. Here's the short version of it. People say that he's regressed. Because Keenan Allen's taken targets, because Quentin Johnson is all of a sudden good. He's averaging the same amount of targets he was last year. He's averaging more targets on the first look, or whatever they call that stat these days. He's actually escalated himself up in some stats and stayed the same in others, like other metrics, but he's not. But he's producing the exact same. We think of him as Ladd from the playoffs. Reality is he has more games outside of the top 30 than he did inside the top 12, even inside the top 15 last year, and that's a fact. You guys can look it up. He is a very limited player as far as fantasy upside. Whereas Jordan Addison gives you that much higher ceiling in that Vikings offense. Now, Carson Wentz is there. It sucks. It's unfortunate. But we've seen him put up the 22, 25, 30-point games consistently. We've seen Ladd McConkey be a high-volume player with 7 targets a game, which is what he's averaging last year and this year. But what's he doing with them? He doesn't give you that upside that I want from my wide receiver 2, and that's who Ladd McConkey is. He's a wide receiver 2. So does Jordan Addison. I want the high ceiling from that guy rather than the higher floor, if that makes sense.
But you haven't seen Addison do it with Carson Wentz or JJ McCarthy.
No,
and we have seen a very bad Minnesota passing attack with Justin Jefferson. I don't trust the Minnesota passing attack until I see it from 2025. It has been a horrendous array of things, and maybe it is because they don't have Addison out there, but Hockenson has been shallow. Aaron Jones is on IR with a hamstring. We've got Jordan Addison that was out. You know, they brought in the rookie. His name is escaping me right now, but it hasn't looked very cohesive with JJ McCarthy or last week with Wentz. But Wentz could be some glue to get those guys through some rough times, and maybe it works. But I would like to see it before I jump in, and I've seen it with Ladd. So that's
no, yeah, you're right. You're like everything. Like, honestly, it's how your team was constructed. If you don't have that big pop player as your wide receiver 1, then I could see doing this deal to get Addison. But if you need
Chase and Mecca, Ridley, and Elick Ayamaner. So like I said, I'm sticking with Ladd there.
See, honestly, okay, right there, it tells me you want the safety because Chase is your pop guy, and honestly, your other options are Ridley is dead. AO Manor, I have a very high hopes for him, but okay, in this scenario, probably Lab McConkey, but don't sleep on Addison. And guys, it's only been 3 weeks. Remember last year, people were saying the Eagles were horrible through the first 3 or 4 weeks. Remember this?
No.
They won the Super Bowl.
People were
You can figure
dropping
it out.
Jalen Hurts. People were dropping Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
So
So bunch of Tylenol. No, I'm not pregnant. But I am sick. And it's a very sad situation. I'm never gonna. My wife is right. When I'm sick, I turn into a big fat baby. So if you see me on the stream this weekend, which you will tomorrow, no holds barred, talking wrestling, I might be a little baby tomorrow. I'm thinking Keenan Allen's hamstrings won't hold up. That's rude. Can I ask you a trade scenario live here before IDP? Okay.
Yeah.
I have an abundance of receivers on a certain dynasty team, and I have my only 2 startable running backs are Jordan Mason and Ramondre Stevenson. I have really good tight ends, really good quarterbacks. Like, I'm good, but my running back depth is very, very, very bad. This other dude has a ton of running backs, all the running backs, and his receiver depth is horrendous. So I simply offer Keenan Allen or Javonte Williams, who, in my opinion, one's 25, 26, one's 32. They're both 100 years old in running back age and receiver age. They're both the same to me. So he sends me a message back, dude, I'm trying to win now. Keenan Allen's the 6th best receiver in the league right now, and I don't think he's going to slow down. Who do you think will slow down first? This is a preview of segment 3. Keenan Allen or Javonte Williams?
You know this answer.
I know this answer, but I want to hear it from you.
It's going to be Keenan Allen that slows down first. The reason being,
I'm not going to out myself. He might be watching. I'm not going to say no opinions, but okay.
The reason being is I don't think that they maintain this high passing attack. They've had some very, very difficult run defenses to go against, and that's why they have been so pass heavy. They're going to go into this second quarter of the season, and they're going to have some big time Omarion Hampton games, and they're going to be using their chain movers not so much as much as they have been. I don't think that Huge is going to be doing this the whole season. I don't see that holding up. He does have a good target share right now, but that will subside to when they start playing man defenses. They're playing zone defenses right now. I mean, this is an IDP show, so we'll talk about some defense here. And they are getting up in games. They are the last game, they won by 3 points. They snuck one out, but that's the reason they're using this passing attack. Najee was out. Either bring him back slow. They don't want to give Omarion Hampton all these carries. So look for them to slowly work in Haskins, or if they pick up another running back.
Yeah. But
they want to be as balanced as possible. They want to preserve these players. They're 3-0. They want to go to the playoffs. Their vision is not to win, the AFC West. They want to go to the AFC Championship game. And they're going to start slowing these games down even further. They have a low they're normally a low offensive play per game team. We've talked about this before. Their pace of play is very, very slow, and they've been killing it the last 3 weeks. So look for that to slow down. And that's where my mind is.
I'm not going to tell you where I'm doing because, like I said, This is still an active negotiation. I need a running back, y'all. Someone in that league help me out. I need a running back. All right, let's
For
move on to
Keenan,
the.
try for a guy more like Jordan Mason.
The person who rosters Jordan Mason will not give up Jordan Mason. But
Okay.
that being said, I already tried. That being said, let's move on to the IDP portion. I've tried for every middle ground loser running back I could think of. It ain't happening this year. All right, so I'm gonna go to the IDP portion of the show. If you want to follow along, Pudge put out a spectacular waiver wire IDP must add players. It's on our fantasynowplus.com. It was published on September 23rd, 2025. So why don't you get us started on this little article and educate me up on this Isaiah Rodgers guy. Why is he scoring more touchdowns than my Ashton Ginties?
Have you seen his play? So let's talk about Jake Browning first. Jake Browning had a pretty bad outing. Wasn't all his fault. So the first quarter, Harrison Smith. He stripped Jake Browning. Rodgers, right place, right time. Boomsies picks it up, 87 yards score, right?
Yep.
He's not their starting corner. He is a starting cornerback for Minnesota, but he's on the left-hand side. He is their second go-to. He's going to cover their second wide receiver. He doesn't follow. He only stays to the left-hand side of the field. So then they think they've got, some pretty good traction, and all of a sudden, second quarter, Rodgers punches the ball out. Very Charles Peanut Tillman. I don't know if you guys remember him from Chicago. He made it pretty famous how he used to punch the ball out. He was amazing at it. And if Isaiah Rodgers has mastered this, then watch out. He'll be an IDP turnover machine because they're going to target him on that side of the field. He's going to allow catches, and he's also going to punch the ball out. And that is exactly what Peanut Tillman did for his whole career, and pretty much became a household name in IDP circles. So he takes that and he takes that for a 67-yard TD off of Noah Fant's hands. So he takes two, not one, two, to the house. And then minutes later, he does the exact same thing. He forces a Jamar Chase fumble, who shouldn't have been running the ball. It was recovered by Jeff Okudah. It could have been recovered by Rodgers, but that game was absolutely crazy. He broke the mold. He beat up PFF's. No one has ever graded out as 99.9 for a corner. That being said, he's a corner, guys. Do not go out there and expect this every week. This was a once-in-a-lifetime game. Don't chase these guys, okay? Did you watch that game? I know it was a Cincinnati game.
I watch Red Zone. That's spoiler. I watch Red Zone on Sundays. And I saw all these plays that you speak of, and my buddy Dirtbag Dave is a very good friend of mine who's a very big Vikings fan. And yeah, I've been hearing about this guy, and that was my question to you, because, and you already spoiled the answer, is when someone sees a game like this, like the Trey Tuckers, we've learned, oh, that's not going to happen, right? That's not going to happen again. Moving along. But when these corners get hot, like Trayvon Diggs that one year, or like these corners just get hot, I feel like, and then they're the hottest thing in the town, and then the next year we find another guy who's just as hot. Is he going to be the hot guy this year who's always like, do you see a path where he does possibly lead the league in turnovers, or he does do this more often than not?
Yes, I do. It's something to monitor, just because he has had so many. He's had a pass defense in each of the 3 games. So, like I said, he is the second corner on the team. He's not going to cover the first guy, unless that quarterback that he's facing is left-handed. Now, he lines up on the left side of the field. If he goes up against a Michael Penix or I believe Jalen Hurts is left-handed, any of the left-handed quarterbacks, watch
Jalen
out.
Hurts is left-handed? There's no way.
I believe so.
There's no way.
Maybe. I don't know. I thought it was.
I don't know.
I know. I know Michael Penix is left-handed. There's a couple of them out there.
Tua is left-handed, unfortunately. I don't like left-handed quarterbacks.
Okay.
Yeah, Tua is
it's
definitely left-handed.
It's very hard for them to adjust to the ball. The ball comes out differently, all those type of things. But unless he faces a left-handed quarterback, I would start him. You can start him safely. He's proven that he can get the passes defensed, and these are cornerback starting leagues. There are better options at safety, and there's other there's nickel corner options that are out there that they're going to be safer plays. But he does have this in his repertoire now. When he came out, he came out for the Colts. I believe he was a 4th round pick. He is very, very good. Isaiah Rodgers was pretty good with the Colts, and he's just proven that, every snap on defense he's playing. He's playing 100% of the snaps. So it is something to watch. He looked more like a safety out there. I know he's not as big, obviously. Safeties are normally, pretty stout. But him punching the ball out like that, him getting scrappy, may lead to him whiffing on a tackle, but it's also going to lead to him forcing fumbles. So the fact that he's starting to put that into his game, watch out. Put him on if somebody hasn't picked him up or he's not rostered, you can look and watch, but don't expect that every week.
Right on. Real quick before we get who to replace Nick Bosa, who's Ryan traded Genty in Olave for Jordan Mason? Am I cooked? I am going to be honest with you, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. That was not great. I would ask for a refund. Olave is top in the league in targets, and Genty's gonna get going. You gotta believe. Jordan Mason is Jordan Mason, but he's not better than these 2 guys. Can you agree? Would you just take Olave for Mason straight up? I know you're doing your research, but yeah,
no.
Would you take Olave? So
no,
you like Olave over Mason as well?
I like Olave over Mason. He's leading the league in targets right now, but
he's on pace for 991 yards.
He's slow and steady wins the race. He's that type of player, and that Spencer Rattler isn't going to be there much longer. They're going to turn to the rookie, and boom, you don't know what you've got. You could have, his yards per target could just boom, skyrocket. But he's always been the guy that's getting the targets. You have to earn targets. Targets aren't given. He's going to be the guy that they rely on. His target share is plus 25%. It's ridiculous. So stay with him. Stay slow and steady wins the race. There is a long season. And as far as Genty's got 144 yards. Do you know how many of those yards came after contact?
I think like 138.
143.
That's close.
He has 1 yard that hasn't come before contact. That offensive line is doing him a very big disservice. There's going to be some huge games coming from Genty coming up. Like I said, if you have 144 yards on the year, and 143 of them you have been touched before you get past the line of scrimmage. That's disgusting. It's absolutely criminal what that offensive line is producing. It looks like a JV team out there, quite honestly. And Genty, for what he's, for what he's putting out there, it's pretty awesome for what he's done so far.
Yeah, for sure. All right, back to IDP. Who to replace Nick Bosa? We got some bad news. Nick Bosa's out forever. It seems like that every year, unfortunately. You have some people that could possibly be added, or I guess on a watch list to have a replacement for your team for Nick Bosa. The first guy, I'm going to try to pronounce this guy's name because I thought it'd be fun. George Karlaftis, defensive end, Kansas City Chiefs. I nailed it. Didn't I?
You nailed
Tell
it.
me about this guy.
So yeah, Big George, dude, he's 40% rostered. So I didn't include anybody that's 50% or more rostered. You're gonna have some guys on your waiver wire, probably. Those are pretty shallow leagues. So I went 40% and below. So George Karlaftis, he is 5th among edge rushers and pressures. He's got 153 snaps right now. He's got 15 QB pressures right now. Sorry, excuse me, I misspoke. He has 15 QB pressures, which is 8th, and he's 5th among edge defenders and snaps, which is 153. Sorry. He comes with a very high-powered defensive line. Chris Jones, those guys are going to be shutting down the run. That's what they do. When George is out there, he's going to be pressuring the quarterback, and you can see it right now. He's killing it, and it looks like he could be a very good replacement to Nick Bosa if you play him. My favorite to replace Bosa is Dorrance Armstrong from the Washington Commanders. He's only 4% rostered. He's plus 2% from last week. He is tied for 7th right now in sacks. He's got 1 sack each game, and his snap share is 60%, which is pretty good for an edge defender. Edge defenders, normally you want them between over 50% for sure to right around 75%. You're going to get the guys like Max Crosby and Josh Hines Allen. Those guys are going to have very high, they're every down edge guys. They're defensive ends. Those guys are awesome. But Dorrance Armstrong's usage is absolutely bonkers. Let me see. I pull up his. While they're winning games over there in Washington, he's had 7 solo tackles. Those guys are going to be up. When they're up by 15 points or more, his percentage has been up there, and I don't see their offense slowing down. Even with Terry McLaurin out, it looked like Mariota, he could steer the ship pretty well. As far as his usage is concerned, Dorrance Armstrong is a strong edge defender, and he should be added. It's my top priority this week. And then you've got a guy, Al-Qadim Muhammad, who is. Oh, did you want to try and say that one?
I wanted to, but you already did, so you spoiled it. But it's all right. I'll do the next one.
I'm sorry. We'll figure it out sooner or later. So Al-Qadim Muhammad, I was leery of his usage. He didn't play week 1. They had Marcus Davenport, big name, but always hurt. Again, Marcus Davenport hurt, out, and Al-Qadim Muhammad who's only rostered in less than 5% of your leagues, scored a PFF grade of 82.1. That was overall. His overall grade was 82.1 on a Detroit defensive line that held Derrick Henry to under 50 yards. Let me say it again. Derrick Henry under 50 yards. Lamar Jackson under 50 yards. What are these guys doing? They are putting together a defense that can move. Now, last week, his pass rush per PFF was 80.9, and his run defense was 65.4, which is awesome for an edge defender. Don't get it twisted. I know that it sounds bad, like 65%, and that's a D plus in math terms. But no, rush defense for PFF on an edge defender like that, that means that they can put him in there on second down. They can keep him in there maybe on first down sometimes when they know it's going to be it could be a passing play, whatnot. But those guys are the ones that could fill in for a hurt Nick Bosa.
Right on. Let me get some of this in the chat real quick because this is going to be interesting. Rattler a rounding this week because Jaden Daniels decided not to put muscle on in the offseason. SMHLOL 67 hashtag. Who are we going? Because they're tough matchups, man. Browning's got the Broncos on the road. Rattler's got who did Rattler have? Someone difficult as well. Buffalo on the road. Rattler's going to be rattled early on over there in Buffalo. For that reason alone, I'm going to go with the guy with the better receiver where if you just throw it up, maybe he'll catch it and go fast. So I'm going to go Jacob Browning against the Denver Broncos strictly because of the better offense, strictly because of Chase Higgins, Mr. 2.0 Chase Brown. Chase Brown 2.0. That's his new nickname for me. Trademarked.
Well, and let's be honest, like the Broncos haven't really shown up on defense. Not like they have been advertised. Their defense has not been what everybody has thought it's been. So I would go him too. Browning.
All right. Rapid fire BTJ or Golden. That sounds silly, but Golden is playing at Dallas, and everyone's going to go off against Dallas. Brian Thomas Jr. is ungood all of a sudden, just ungood at football. So who are we going? Jacksonville plays San Francisco on the road.
It pains me to say this, but Marcus Golden.
I'm going with the tried and true. I'm not ready to give up on BTJ just yet, but I can see why. And the last one, hey fellas, lost Connor and CD. What do you think about trading CD to get Jamar? You would have to give up so much to get Jamar. You would have to give up so much. So if you can get it done, of course, yes. But is it going to be worth? You're better off just checking out who's on waivers, watching our waiver show every single Tuesday at noon, and get a head start of that thing. And even better, John, so you're not in this situation on a Friday night at 7:19 p.m. Join our Discord, chat.fantasynowplus.com. You could have asked us this question on Tuesday, and one of us, and you could have tagged us, don't worry about that, would have been here to answer this question and help you with your waivers. But if you can get Jamar, but everyone's got a price, and it's going to be too much.
I don't. I'm assuming this is in a seasonal league, but I don't see anyone trading Jamar for CD.
But it's all good. Real quick, because we are running late. Just talk about some players real quick, and then we'll get into the scenarios. And then if you want, guys, you can see the entire article that highlights every single player Pudge loves this week and beyond at fantasynowplus.com. His IDP article comes out every single, what does it come out?
Tuesday afternoon.
I'm sorry. I was thinking of the 23rd. Can't think about it. Every single Tuesday. So check out the IDP report over here on fantasynowplus.com. So talk about just a couple more players you like, and then we'll move on to the scenarios, which that's going to be a blast. That might be an hour long.
It could be. I'm here for it. So the last two guys I want to talk about, I've already talked about Mac Wilson. He played last night. If you saw last night, he played again, and it was exactly what we thought he would. He's second among linebackers prior to week 4. He had 225 snaps. He's playing 100% of the snaps. And Terrell Dodson, I know I talked about Dorrance Armstrong being the number 1 edge defender. Tyrell Dodson of the Buffalo Bills is my number 1 waiver guy. If you have 50% of your budget and he's available, use it. He's killing it right now. He had 11 solo tackles, 1 sack, and 1 pass defense. Right now in 2025, he's got 33 tackles total. He's killing it. They are going to be up in games, as we've seen. Josh Allen doing Josh Allen things with that offense, making the defense, just absolutely ball hawk and go after their quarterback. And he's going to keep doing it. Terrell Dodson is the man.
Right on. So do you want to get right into this scenario situation and have a blast and have some conversation and people are going to call me silly. So how do you want to do this? We both have 3 each that, am I just going to ask you and you answer mine and then we ping pong it?
I can start off.
I got to fire one real quick. So, all right, here's the way it's going to go, guys. Like they could be season long scenarios. They could be game scenarios. They could be whatever we choose to be. This is going to be a segment every single week to end the show for some fun and some laughs. So here's the first one. 2 of the 3 quarterbacks who played the Los Angeles Chargers threw for under 200 yards. Does Jackson Dart, rookie all-star, preseason hero, exceed that number this week against the Chargers?
No. I'm selling this. He will not surpass 200 yards this week. The Chargers, man, they are on lockdown. Like I said, they are going to keep the pace of play down, limiting his opportunities. He's not going to get the opportunity to throw over 200 yards.
That makes me sad. I'm also selling it. Rookie, Brian, if you've watched me ever since the OUS, it's trendy to say Brian Daboll is a bad head coach now, by the way. Been saying it since day 1. When people leave, that's why I love Daniel Jones so much. Like that, if you want to know the reason why I love Daniel Jones in the offseason so much, is because he was away from the worst head coach in the NFL history, minus Adam Gase. So I definitely think that he won't hit the 200 yards, and I think it's because of the coaching staff and the Chargers are just – it's such an unfortunate event that he has to start against the Chargers. Like, that's the worst case scenario.
I really thought that they were going to start Jamies over the next couple of weeks with them having a tough schedule. I don't know why.
Dayball's going to save his job.
But they're throwing that kid out there way too early.
Listen,
I love Jackson Dart. I love them, prior to them picking him. But man, oh man, they're setting that kid up for failure.
This is going to be an old school situation, and it might not even make sense. But when you're playing Resident Evil 2 way back in the day, and you're down to like low HP, and you don't have any more, you gotta use your ammo. You gotta bring out the big guns, or you're just gonna die. So that's what Dayball's doing. He's like, this is it. This is my special weapon. Like, I used to save my grenade, everything, dude. I saved everything. I was never a person that used that stuff. So I'm like, I gotta save it just in case. Dayball is breaking the glass. This is his last resort.
Use in case of emergency.
There's nothing else that's gonna save him. So
you're not
he's going
wrong.
down with the ship. All right. Yes, they need Winston on the sideline to keep that team. Yes, they do.
I love Winston.
Everyone
he's come such a long way.
He really has. He really has.
All right, so You've got keep, trade, cut. Okay. Ashton Genty, Omarion Hampton, or Quinshawn Judkins.
This is diabolical. This is diabolical. Is this for Dynasty, redraft, or this week, or is this in general?
This is for redraft purposes only.
All right, for this season only. Okay. That makes it a little bit easier for me because I thought this was forever.
I wouldn't do you dirty with Dynasty like this.
So I already gushed about Studkins. I think Studkins is going to be the best player out of this group. I've always believed that. I was very concerned when he wasn't signing. I was concerned about I think Studkins is the truth. Genty is in a offense that's up and down. They could get shut down. They could be. So what I'm trying to do, guys, is try to find who has the most value right now, because that's who you want to trade. You want to trade the person with the most value. And right now it's Omarion Hampton. They're on the hottest team. They're on the best team. And he just came off a very, very good week after his very 2 underwhelming weeks. So if I had a strike now, he's my trade. I would get the most value from him. So I'm keeping Studkins and Ashton Genty. I'm sorry, pal. You're not getting targets. You're not getting the targets, buddy. I need my running backs to have targets. And I need my offensive line to be able to block. Even in Cleveland, Studkins is getting out here, getting some open lanes where Genty, it's not you, buddy. It's your team. So, Genty, be gone.
It's like a bad breakup. It's not me, it's you. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's me. It's me this time. It's not you. No. I totally agree with you there. I couldn't fathom cutting Genty, but in this sense, absolutely.
You can make an argument he's the trade because some people out there are willing to buy him because I still believe in Genty. Don't get me wrong. If somebody in my redraft league put him on the block, I would go after him, but they can't do that because I drafted him in the first round in every redraft league I'm in this year. I'm the guy who took him in the first everywhere. I'm the guy. So I'm stuck with him now. So it's more of a personal thing why I'm getting rid of you. I'm kind of upset with you. I would start Jordan Mason over him this week. And I would.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, everything is recency bias, right?
Yep, it is. It is. All right, this next one. Christian McCaffrey and James Cook are the only 2 running backs who have recorded 3 straight 20-point games in PPR to start the season. No other running backs have done this. Who is the first person, or who is a better chance to make it 4 in a row? CMC versus Jacksonville, James Cook versus New Orleans.
I really think it's going to be James Cook. That Jacksonville defense. No, you know what? No. I can't do it. It's going to be CMC. CMC is going to do it against New Orleans. That's the final answer.
Final answer. The real answer is they could both do it. Like that's the thing. But if you only pick one, I'm gonna go James Cook. I'm gonna go James Cook because
Jacksonville's defense has been super good.
No. I'm the person that's gonna get the 20-point game. James Cook is playing against New Orleans.
Jacksonville.
New Orleans. Jacksonville's going to San Francisco. Yeah. So it's all right. So it's a mulligan. This is a new segment, guys.
Wait a second. I thought that was backwards.
Jacksonville's going to San Fran.
Oh, then I think Jacksonville's going to bottle up CMC. They've done it to multiple teams so far, but it's a tough decision. I actually I'm going to change my final answer to Cook.
Here's the thing is I think they're both going to do it. But if you had to guess this one, I'm going to go Cook because I feel like and this is just feelings. There's no stats involved here. There's no research. This is the way I feel. Josh Allen won a fake MVP last year. He didn't deserve it. He did not deserve it. Didn't.
Hot take.
No, it's not. It's not even close to being hot. Lamar was light years better than him in almost every stat. Shut up. I'm talking to you. I'm talking about the people over here rolling their eyes. I see you. Just because you're a camera lens, I see you people rolling your eyes. That was the media giving him his little pity trophy. It is what it is. People get pity trophies. He got one. I feel like that wasn't good enough for Josh. And I feel like they're going to ride James Cook because that is their best offense. James Cook running the ball. If they didn't stop running the ball down Miami's throat, James Cook would have had 350 rushing yards. I feel like they're going to start leaning into James Cook being the best player on that team where they don't need to use Josh Allen because they don't have the weapons for Josh Allen to be like, he can still be great. Don't get me wrong, but it's not going to be like, oh, we have Stephon Diggs out here just going for 1,500 yards a season. So I think James Cook, they're going to lean on him a lot more this season because they just paid him. Whereas CMC, Brock Purdy's coming back. He's not, is he going to get the 10 targets that Mac Jones, that plays into it. So I feel like James Cook has a better shot this week. And I don't want to hear y'all come at me with this whole Josh Allen nonsense. I'm done with it. So it happened last year. It's in the past. I still can't believe he won MVP. I still can't believe it. What's your scenario?
No, my next scenario. Oh yeah. Man, I still can't believe that you're so low on him.
I'm not low on who? Josh? Not low on Josh. He just didn't deserve the MVP. But it's what is your that's off-season show. Like, what is your definition of MVP? Blah blah. Like, what is your definition of MVP? Because if you think about it,
most valuable player.
Isn't that Baker for the past 2 years? Without Baker, the Buccaneers would be nothing. Like, wouldn't that be Baker? But he gets no respect. Dude, the media votes for who the media.
That's that Tampa love down there. That's that Tampa love.
I don't know. Listen, I'm a Dolphins guy, so maybe that's my Josh Allen hatred. Not hatred. I love. He's a guy. The last person I hated in the NFL, like actually did not like watching, and you're not gonna like this because he's the cool guy, was Gronkowski. Man, I couldn't stand that guy. But he's a Patriot. You gotta understand, like that was the era I grew up, but like most of my life they were just winning Super Bowls, and I'm just a Dolphins guy over here going, we got Chad Pennington. Like it's just frustrating. So I just never liked Gronk. Plus he came to the WWE and he made that a joke.
Oh,
so anyway.
All right. So we touched on it a little bit. You talked about Jake Browning. I talked about Jake Browning. Hey. Who the current MVP is? Go ahead.
Baker.
Oh, God.
Baker's the MVP right now. No, I'm not. You can God all you want. Baker's the MVP of the league right now. Buccaneers, he will show that this week against Philadelphia. He will show that without Big Mike Evans when they beat Philadelphia this week. With their offensive line all banged up, Baker is the MVP. Period.
I thought Danny Dimes is a good Jonathan Taylor, but
you thought JT? Running backs don't win that award unless you're Saquon. You got to break records to win that award. No, you're right though. But you got to break records.
Without Jonathan Taylor right now, that team is toast. He's making Danny Dimes look like a great.
What did you hate more, Gronk or Aaron Hernandez? Both. For different reasons.
Yeah. So the Broncos have allowed less touchdowns through 3 games. They had 4. They had 4 touchdowns they've allowed. Then Jake Browning has allowed touchdowns he's thrown through 6 quarters. I'm sorry, interceptions. He's thrown 5 interceptions in 6 quarters. Are you buying or selling that he throws more interceptions than touchdowns this week? Broncos have allowed 4 touchdowns through 3 weeks. Browning has thrown 5 interceptions in 6 quarters.
Are you buying or selling? I am. Listen, last week was an atrocious week for Jacob Browning, but he played the Minnesota Vikings. We already talked about their schemes, and how they can confuse a quarterback, and how Brian Flores is probably one of the greatest defensive coordinators in the league today. Denver's only given up 4 passing touchdowns. Jacob Browning did have 3 passing touchdowns in like half a game. Like, he can do it. He has the weapons. I don't think he goes out there and does a multi-interception game again. So would I be selling that he's going to not score? He's going to have more touchdowns than interceptions this week. I think it's 2 touchdowns, maybe 1 pick. 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Take the over on that. Take the more on that. Take the more on that Hard Rock app if you're in Florida.
I love that. I love that.
You don't think so? What do you think?
I love it. No, I mean, I have him throwing more touchdowns than interceptions, but we shall see. We don't know yet. Never know. Don't.
About what? What's he going to disagree on?
Who?
Jamie.
Oh.
A lot of people disagree with me. It's okay. Daniel, start 2. Neighbors, Mason, Jefferson. Can you believe we're answering these questions? No defense, no disrespect to Daniel, but can you believe we're answering this question? Start. If you told me in May I have Neighbors, Justin Jefferson, and Jordan Mason, I got to start 2. You would look at me like I had 5 heads. You would look at me like I'm a psychopath. This is a legitimate question now.
This is tough. Man, I would have to go with Mason and Neighbors. Because Jefferson, that just hasn't, like I said, that show me the offense that O'Connell can, muster out there. I haven't seen it yet through 3 games, but it is very, very early, so we'll see.
Upset of the week, by the way. I mean, I don't think the Buccaneers are an upset against the Philadelphia Eagles, but upset of the week, I think Pittsburgh beats Minnesota overseas, 9:30 a.m. I think Rodgers gets it done. But that being said, it's a sloppy. Those overseas games are always sloppy and boring.
London is always a low scoring.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go Jordan Mason for that reason. He's gonna get a lot of carries. It's gonna be I don't like those games. The only reason why I like those games because I love breakfast food, so it gives me a reason to wake up, get breakfast food, and watch football because it's really rare you get to do that. Usually it's chicken wings and chips, salsa, whatever we do. Anyway, all right, my third and final scenario about Baker beating the Eagles and playing like an MVP. Well, he is the MVP of the season, Mr. Parag, and he will beat the Eagles. And I'm not even a Bucs fan. Don't call me a homer.
I just had to put that out there.
Oh, wait, I already gave you my who falls off the cliff first, Keenan Allen and Javonte Williams. I already spoiled it. I can't think of another one off the top of my head.
Well, I got one for you then.
All right.
This is for all of our friends over there at Finn's Sports Talk Network. This is for all you guys. Jets and Dolphins play Monday night. Who's going to get their first win? Is it going to be Miami or is it going to be the New York Jets, Jets?
First, I will lead off with answering your question with the question. Buy or sell, Josh will watch at least 1/4 of this game as a Dolphins supporter. Buy or sell, at least 1/4 will be watched by me.
Buy.
Monday Night Raw, brother. I'm sorry. I would. Yeah. Hey. No, I will tune in. I will be tuning into at least. Listen, I'm traumatized. Remember that game, the Miracle of the Meadowlands, where the guy caught the touchdown and it was I was a young child. Not young. I was probably 13, 14 years old. At Beef O'Brady's. If you ever been around Tampa, maybe Beefs have expanded. I'm not sure. But I was at a Beef O'Brady's one. You have one?
Cool. We have one here in Michigan. Yeah.
The OG one is right down the road, like the first ever one ever, right down the road. So Beefs is a huge thing here for us. I was at a Beef O'Brady's with my Uncle Scott. This has nothing to do with anything. Afterwards, someone shot a shotgun at someone else and a window got broken. And I was just a kid scared. So I have honestly, this is dead serious, very, very, very traumatized thoughts when the Jets come to town. So I hope Miami beats their self, their butts. I hope Miami beats them. I can't stand the Jets, Jets. I don't go to many Dolphins games, but the one time I did go, because it's down in Miami, it's too far for me. They beat the Broncos, and they needed the Jets to lose to get into the playoffs. I forgot what year where this was. Dolphins won. Instead of cheering for the Dolphins, everyone in the whole stadium was just chanting, Jets, sucks. It was one of the coolest experiences ever. Like, it was so cool. It was so cool.
That's funny. No, but I think that they showed a lot of promise last week. Last Thursday was that they played the Thursday night game. Last Thursday, they looked good until Tua threw an interception. If he can clean up those picks, I don't know if that's possible, but if he can clean those up, I think they come out with a win, and the Jets go 0-4.
Sadly to say, this is all depending on Bustin Fields. If he comes out like he looked week 1, Miami's toast. If he comes out looking like he did against Buffalo, Miami has a shot. It's not, it's kind of a cop-out just to put the results on the other team. But the Jets will lose this game more than Miami will win it because of if Bustin comes out there and plays like himself. If he plays like his not self or he becomes Super Saiyan, yeah, and he's good. Yeah. Like, week 1 made me a Bustin Fields believer. Like, one game, like, wow, he peppered Garrett Wilson. Like, I'm in. Let's go. Traded for him, started him. Then week 2 happened. So now I don't know what to do. Now I don't know what to think of this kid. I want him to be so. When he came out with Trevor, I had Justin 1 and I had Trevor 2. We had Adam Rank on the show and everything and talked about it. It was a big thing. And so I don't want anyone to say, oh, you hated Justin his whole. No, I have not. I was a big fan of this guy. He let me down, but it's all right. He's making millions of dollars and I'm doing this show. So good for him. I actually want him to succeed. I do. I'm rambling now. I'm trying to save I'm digging myself out of the hole. I put myself in holes almost every show, so it's fine.
Well, if you were new with Underdog, instead of $5 get you 50, it gets you 100 now. If you use the FN Plus, I didn't know if you knew that or not, but you could put that money down on Justin Fields if you were a new Underdog fantasy sports
player.
Better.
No better. We're better than that, but we can play them. The contest over there at Underdog, you can just pick more or less. Will Bustin Fields rush for more than 35.5 yards? Maybe, possibly. You can play those contests at Underdog. Use our promo code FN Plus. Just play $5 and you get 100. We did not update the graphic. That's new. Yes. They told us, the bosses told us, guys, it's no longer 50. Our listeners, only Fantasy Now Plus listeners, get 100. If you go somewhere else, they still offer 50. For us, they doubled for us, baby. Because you know why? Because we're winners, and we want you to be a winner too. So with that being said, we're going to get on out of here. We'll check out all the comments. We appreciate all the comments. Jamie, you've been in here the entire time. We really, truly appreciate you. Plug where we can find you, Jamie, because you are an awesome person in the chat, and I'll read it off. Daniel, Ezekiel. Oh, we didn't get to the Ezekiel question. Who to start? Patriots defense or Bears? Real quick.
Pat's defense.
Pat's defense it is. So everyone else, thank you for subscribing, for liking, for sharing, for being here every single week with you. We'll be back tomorrow, 4:30 in Dynasty and 30. And Pudge, are you going to be on this week for the show? The Sunday show?
Yes, and we actually have Drew DeLuca from Going for Two.
Yes, and we can find Jamie, because Jamie's here at all times, and I will always plug Jamie. Going for Two every Tuesday night and Sunday morning. Make sure you tune in to Going for Two, because Jamie's a great person, and honestly, truly appreciate that. For everyone else, Vince Talk Sports Network, I'll be live tomorrow, no holds barred, breaking down the AEW first ever COVID show. We're doing it when they were in the Jacksonville Jaguars Stadium Stampede, Chris Jericho, baby, the whole shebang. So Tune in tomorrow. We'll be breaking down the AEW podcast or the thing. Also, Jamie's on Fantasy Six Pack every Wednesday night, right after Topher's show on this channel. Jamie's a working person, just like us, Budge. Any last words before I ramble on? War?
Good stuff.
That's good. That's it. That's what you got.
Good stuff.
Yep. I love the background, by the way. You showed me you had a background, then you just switched it on me. I like this. I like them both. Are we gonna be in different locations each show?
No. This is actually my office now. So,
Jamie, I'm not giving out your whole dang itinerary. All right, buddy. Just kidding. IDP Center Wednesday nights at 10:15. That's late. You know what? That's why we have YouTube. Just go ahead and watch it everywhere. I subscribe to them. Do you? Make sure you do as well. But until then, peace out, guys. Get us out of here, Budge.
See ya.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe wherever you watch or listen to podcasts. We'll be back next week for more ways to win your league.